Officers using excessive force. There have been multiple cases costing local cities millions of dollars and had us wondering how different departments track the use of force by officers.
Denver7 reporter Marshall Zellinger found out the data is scattered and relies on officers to report exactly what happened.
A Federal Heights police officer has been fired.
New developments in the firing of two Denver police officers who beat and pepper sprayed a group of women.
The local gas station owner suing two Denver cops, saying they punched him while he was handcuffed.
A Denver police officer shoving a guy at a bar down the stairs.
You've seen the video. Police caught on camera using excessive force.
If at any point you're having a conversation with somebody, is it necessary to push them to the ground and hit them?
Brandon Schreiber is the guy in this video getting shoved by Denver police officer Choice Johnson, whose 30-day suspension was recently overturned. The city is now appealing that decision.
An officer who is trained, very well trained to manage situations far more intense than that, should not need to use that type of force.
The reality is there are officers who use force inappropriately, and we need to deal with that.
Denver police and the sheriff's office have dealt with multiple complaints and lawsuits about excessive force. The city paid out more than $9 million in settlements last year alone.
It's gotten to the point where it seems like the public sees a use of force and automatically assumes the officer's wrong.
Denver7 and Scripps investigative teams across the country wanted to know how often police are using force, or how often officers are self-reporting that force. We found departments nationwide label force 230 different ways.
I've done the math, and I can tell you that it's 2/100ths of 1% of our calls actually result in a use of force, and even fewer of those result in a complaint.
It's actually a little more than that, but still less than 1%. Out of 500,000 contacts with the public last year, there were 665 reported uses of force in Denver. That's down from 2013 when there were 742. But Denver's data in 2015 is mixed. Officers using a twist lock, wrist lock, or takedown is up. Pushing or pulling or hitting a suspect is trending down. And use of tasers is about the same each year.
Most people think officers are using force every night, but 3 in 3 months would cause us to look more closely at an officer. So force is used a lot less than people think it is.
It turns out Denver breaks down its use of force more specifically than other departments that provided data to Denver7. Jefferson County groups physical contact as a control hold, and that's pretty steady. Many of these instances involved handling an inmate at the county jail. Arvada and Golden break down use of force to about a dozen categories, and only Golden and Boulder track the one thing we did not find in any other departments: firearm used to gain compliance. Why does Boulder track when an officer takes their weapon out?
Well, we started doing this approximately 15 years ago. So we do this, and then we review the report after to make sure that they were acting appropriately.
In Boulder, officers pulled their gun on someone or took it out to clear a scene 175 times last year, and through June this year, 74 times.
These statistics are based on the officers. These are not statistics we keep because we've received complaints from the community.
And that might be the asterisk to this story. The data here is only as good as the officer admitting to the use of force. We found there's no required uniformity between departments, so we can't compare Denver's data here to Jeffco or Golden to Arvada. And that's what the International Association of Chiefs of Police wants to change. They want a national use of force database. Marshall Zellinger, Denver7.